Steinbeck, you've been separated from your party after barely surviving the fight with the black dragon. You stumble through the swamp, a low layer of fog hiding your partially submerged feet as you traipse through the mud and muck. The darkness is thick, almost tangible in this place. The only light is given off by bioluminescent plants. You are a powerful sorcerer and can handle yourself, but it would behoove you to rejoin your party so that the lot of you can make it out of here.
I guess.
As you move forward through the darkness, you stop, aware of a presence watching you.
I see you.
You look around, but you see nothing.
I don't see you.
You continue forward through the bog, but still there's the itching suspicion that you're being watched. Suddenly, you hear a sound behind you, a rustling. You turn to see what it is. It is the Sage Ventress. Prepare to fight. No. You turn around, and on a stump, 10 paces back, sits a small creature.
Hello, small creature. Who might you be?
It appears to be a round, soft thing with floppy ears and large eyes.
Creature, I don't know who you are. Are you thy enemy? I hope not, because you're cute as shit.
It looks into your eyes with its large, kind eyes and says,
Oh, shoot him with a fireball! I throw it.
the fireball hits it.
Level 5.
It's engulfed in flames. The flames dissipate, and the creature sits there staring at you, unscathed.
My God, are you a god?
No!
Oh, I run so fast. I run away. It's so scary. I run for my life. I run till I can't hear it anymore.
You soon find yourself lost in the bog.
I'm so lost. There's swamp everywhere. This fucking thing won't stop yelling at me.
You fall to the ground, and just below the mist, you see that you haven't been traipsing through water, but a foot-deep layer of these creatures, and they all stare up at you. And in unison, they all scream, "No!"
I just look up to the air and I yell, but it can't be heard.
No!
Roll credits, please. Oh my God, that was scary. That was too much. That was a scary ordeal. Oh my God, I felt like I was in it. I was in it. That was me. I'm so scared.
That one was for the homies.
For the homies. I remember that.
I had to live through that.
Yeah, I remember when I did that, when they were traveling through hell. That was perfect. Oh, man. Hey, good morning, guys. This is Slaying Dragons.
Good morning.
Slaying Dragons. We are slaying them every day. Welcome, Slayers. Good morning. I am your host, Hunter.
And I'm Joey.
He is Joey. Hello, guys. Today is something a little bit different, as you guys can tell. Our stream is set up, quite different. Oh wait, no, other way. We're right next to each other. Give me a fist bump. No, other way. No, other way. Other way. That goes Good job. Yeah, the stream set up a little bit different, guys. We are using some new programs that actually we learned from a friend who you will actually get to meet today. But before we get to who that is, we'll just, look at this. It's beautiful, right? Look at that. You put a message in here. I can be like, hey, what's up? And I can put, stuff in here. There's a link in the chat. If you could click that, do some shares, let all your friends know that we are live and that you like to slay dragons with us. Yeah, I think that's it, really. Joey, we do have a guest.
Do we?
I think. I hope. I mean, I think. I hope.
I don't see him here. That's why I'm confused.
I don't see them either. I thought, I didn't know if we needed like some soundtrack or some music before they came in. You just hear like dun 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 dun. Welcoming into the stage, a swan named Emily.
Hell yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Next pyrotechnics.
Hell yeah. Fire.
Oh,
More
God.
fire.
Yes, guys, as you can see, our guest is a swan named Emily. If you don't know a swan named Emily, her stuff is in the chat now. You can click on her links, find out all of what she is about. She's cool. She's awesome. She's our friend, I think. I don't know why, but she is. But good morning. So first, I guess let's find out how we're doing this morning, guys. How you doing? What's going on? How's your morning?
I'm well. I went to bed early, but I feel no different.
I do feel a little bit different. We did make a good decision last night, and we're responsible adults and went to bed at a reasonable time rather than playing
Well
video
done.
games. Yeah.
Well done.
What about you, Em? How's your morning?
By responsible adults, he means like 2 o'clock.
Yeah. instead of 4.
We did better. We did better.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I was well, and that if we're using that as a frame of reference, I was very responsible because I was asleep before midnight. So
Oh.
yeah. But like Joey said, literally doesn't make a difference because I still woke up feeling exhausted. So no, it's good. I'm good. I was excited about this, so this is good motivation to get my butt out of bed and start the day off right.
Hell yeah. Well, that's good. I'm glad. Thank you for joining us, of course. So, first question, we, always, other than, good morning. And actually, before we get to that, I think, Joey, we have our face-off. What mug you got going on here, bud?
This one is, I need like 2 hands for this. Because
2
it's a
hands?
bucket.
Oh my god, is it what I think it is?
No.
Oh, okay. You still need to get that one.
Aww.
Oh, it's so cute. Oh, well, now I'm going to feel like a jerk with mine.
I love it.
It's so cute. What are you drinking? Coffee?
Yeah, that's fine. It's coffee, of course.
Coffee. All right.
Coffee with broken glass. We went over this.
Yes, coffee with broken glass. Yeah. All right, so you have the cute mug. Here comes the can koozie. Here we go, and boom.
Nice.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know. I feel like I could see Stitch saying that.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, see if I can do one. Ohana. Ohana means family. You look like I need a drink.
Got it. Nailed it.
Close enough. Em, did you bring a mug? Do you have?
I did, and actually, I'm kind of in theme with Joey. Mine is
Hey.
it is concept art from Toy Story. So this one came out of Disney and is super fun. So,
That is
but also
so
hands.
dope. That's so dope. I want a concept mug. That's fucking cool.
Right? Yeah,
That's
no,
so
I love
cool.
this one, and people are like, "We're gonna steal that." I was like, "Don't you fucking touch it." I'll hurt you.
That's awesome. That is super dope. I'm gonna go look up concept mugs now. But then after our mug question, our guest gets a nice important question that the viewers want to know. They must know. They need to know. They drive to know. Why are you our friend? How do you know us? And why do you even hang out with us? That's what they need to know.
I would say, I mean, you kind of set it up like I'm not, but I do think I'm your friend. I think you guys are cool. I always enjoy hanging out with you. So I met both of you through Comic-Con, where I am also an artist. So I met Joey first, and I think it was one of those random, like, hey, your art's cool. Like, yeah, your art's cool too. And then we're talking about stuff, and we're in a general conversation with people. I'm like, yeah, I have this one teacher in college. He's like, yeah. And then you had... Yeah. did you? Did you? And turns out we went to the same college, not at the same time, but it's then become kind of this running joke where there's so many people in our immediate Comic-Con family who are all like, "What up, AIP homes?" Yeah, so that's been kind of fun. So yeah, and then through that, like at Comic-Con as well, I met you, Hunter. But no, you guys bring great energy. You're always fun to chat with, and it's a nice, like, if I need to get up and move away from my table, like, I love coming and chatting with you. So yeah, definitely friends. Definitely friends.
Yeah.
AIP team.
We're friends.
Friends.
So this is also, mark it down on your calendars, on your timestamps. This is the first time we've had a guest that didn't meet us while we were at work.
Yeah.
So
see, we have a life outside of work.
We do.
We know people.
We know people other than our customers. We know other people. Okay, kind of. So yeah, Joey, how about you lead us into the next portion, because this is the first week we're doing this. How about
it is, yeah. So show format's changing up a little bit. We're trying to condense things so it doesn't drag out in certain areas. So we've got a new format here. And we're going to start off with some pop culture topics where we're going to go rapid fire and just get blind reactions as we bring up our topics. So my first topic, I wanted to talk about one of the great entrepreneurs of our age.
Okay.
All right.
I'm safe. I'm already safe.
See, I told you. You're going to be even more safe than you thought, because I'm sure your minds went to Elon Musk, Mark Cuban, Jeff Bezos, But this is a person that we can all aspire to be as well. Go ahead and bring up my screen, friendo.
Oh my God, I don't want to. What is this? Oh my God.
This is sells her bathwater, her gamer girl bathwater, Belle Delphine. Now, I wanted to tell you all that I found out this week that Belle Delphine makes $875,000 a month.
Oh my gosh.
Excuse me? Oh, we're getting reverb.
That's how shocked you are.
It's okay.
Oh, God.
We have to not talk during Joey's segment.
Oh, I see. There you go. Should be fine now.
How about now? Oh yeah, it's better now. There we go. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Belle Delphine makes $875,000 a month.
Wait, a month? I thought you said a year.
No.
Holy frikin' for a holy. That's too much. It's too much power for one human.
That blew my mind. I was like,
That's a lot of money. Now, Joey, what type of things does she do to make this money?
She's basically just, lewd.
I almost choked. Oh God. Huh. Dope.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, she's doing it, man. That's living the dream.
That is living the dream.
Yeah. Get that walking around money and then be like, okay, bye.
Walking around money. Get that fuck you money. That's what it is. That fuck you money.
Big time fuck you money.
Yeah. That's my favorite kind of money. Oh man. What? Anything else on this, Joey? Anything else?
That's it.
Awesome.
I was just blown away by that number.
$875,000 a month. Could you imagine making that much money a month? I would like to make that money in a year, just 1 year.
Yeah.
Just 1 year. I'm okay with that. A month. Good God, that feels like too much money to have. Like at that point, I would just always be terrified that like someone's gonna like get my bank account. Like, man. Oh man, that gives me like stomach problems just thinking about having that much money. Good God.
Oh, for sure, Future. Like she's I'm not knocking her at all. She's big brain moves. Like, she's built an empire. That's why I said she's one of the modern entrepreneurs of our age.
For sure, yeah.
Well, and just, I mean, you talk, especially for stuff that we deal with on our own, like, that's top to bottom branding. Like, you fucking built your brand and made it, and, like, it's a whole thing. Like, that's impressive, because that's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%. She, like, you say the name, most people know who she is. That's building that money. She's basically like a Nike brand now. She can make her own shoes at this point. I bet people would wear them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a hustle. Hustle and hustle. What else you got, Joey?
All right, full screen us again so I can bring up the next window.
That's a surprise.
There you go. Wrong full screen. There we go. Well, technically Joey's talking, so there we go. We'll keep Joey right there. Joey, you're on the big time.
This is new, so we're still, working the kinks out, but I think this is gonna function like we want. All right, the next one I've got for us is going to be...
Yeah, if there's audio, then we have to be quiet, and then when there's no audio, we'll mute it.
Get ready to be quiet, because we're going to watch a little video, okay?
Just tell me when to... Oh.
Okay, do it.
To die while in the rapture of a dream. We're in danger! You've got to wake up! Forward! Nezuko, I will protect you.
All right. So, Emily, I don't know if you've watched Demon Slayer yet, but I know I've gotten Hunter on board.
Yep, 100%. I've yet to see that
trailer.
On board.
So good.
But we're finally getting the Demon Slayer movie here in the States. It's been out in Japan for a while now. Where it did, in its first 10 days during quarantine, 100 million. And it's made 400 million total during the pandemic period, which is huge for any movie that's been widely released, obviously. Especially considering, this is an anime.
So good.
But yeah, I'm super excited that we're getting more Demon Slayer finally. The series has been fantastic. I love the art, and the animation is really top notch. So I was
just from the trailer, like, that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, I want more of that. Okay.
It's so baller. Oh my god. You have to watch. You have Hulu? Do you got Hulu? Emily? Mm-hmm. Oh my god, you gotta watch it tonight. You gotta binge it. Oh my god. It's so good. Like, Joey and our other friend Carter had been talking about it forever, and I was like, fine, I'll sit down and I'll watch it. And I literally was hooked. Like, first episode, I'm like, oh my god. I'm in.
Okay.
Hacker Man, I'm in. It's just, it's so good. And, like, all the characters are great. At the end there, I'm pretty sure I heard, I can never remember his name, the orange kid, the one who's falling asleep all the time.
Yeah,
sure that's who was yelling at
Senetsu.
Senetsu.
Yeah.
He was like, "You gotta do it." So good. He's so good. I love Demon Slayer. Man, Demon Slayer's so different from like other animes too. Like it's just, like it's an anime, but like it's storytelling, what they choose to do for their art. Like it's just it's much different than any other anime. Yeah. It's not about like this main character who's like, oh no, I'm so blah blah blah, I gotta get strong. Like, no, like he's not a whiny baby. Like he knows what he's doing, and like he's about the business. Like, it's so good. Oh, more volume on me? You got it. I turned myself down because I thought I thought I was over maxing, but I got you. I will turn myself up, my dude. Is that a little bit better?
So it's a shonen anime, but it's out of that league. Like, I'd put it up there with, like, the Ghibli stuff, honestly.
You know what's funny? I've never actually watched any of the Ghibli stuff. I need to. I know. I'm not a true fan.
No, it is, for how excited you just got about that trailer, like, I just want you to watch it so we can talk about it.
What do I watch first, though? There's so many, right? Like, what do I
honestly, for you, I'd probably say Mononoke.
Yeah, I think that's the most accessible.
What's it about?
Yes.
What's it about? What am I getting ready for? What's it about?
So badass fighting dude trying to save his village, fighting against ancient curses, elder gods, not in our traditional Lovecraftian one, but Elder Forest Gods and that, and industrial expansion.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds really good.
No,
You had me at Guy Protects Village.
Yeah, well, and it was fun with the trailer. It looked really cool. Like, I don't know a lot about the series, but I was excited because when they're doing what I would assume are like their attacks and stuff like that, it had that very like pop graphic thing like Persona gets. That looks so cool on top of all the other stuff. Oh my god,
so good.
I love it.
What they choose to do for like because the characters are all like that, you know, anime style, and then the background even has like 3D effects that like is different from the characters. Oh, so good. Like, seriously, first 2 episodes, I was so hooked. It was insane. I couldn't stop watching. I literally was watching it at work. Like, I'm doing, like, inventory, and I'm just, like, watching it at work. And, oh, my God. It's so good. Like, I can't. It's so good. It's so good.
Okay.
Well, with that out of the way, Em, you're up. You're up. What you
All
got?
right. All right. Well, I'm excited because one, Joey didn't take mine, but I did prep extra just in case. So first thing I want to bring is, again, this is selfish because you gave me a platform to talk about it, so it's something I'm excited about. So Niantic and Nintendo are working together, and we're gonna get a Pikmin Go.
Yeah,
And I'm so excited because I love Pikmin so much. They're my babies, and I get very stressed when it's getting like the clock is ticking down, and you've got to get them all back to your ship, and I don't want them to die. Oh my god, it's so good. And I will totally admit I was super late to the Pokemon Go train. Like, guys, I started last year, like the end of last year. That's when I started Pokemon Go. So I'm aware. Like, I was like, hey, what's this cool Pokemon thing? That sounds neat. But no, now I get it. I get the hype. And at the time I didn't have a phone that could actually handle it. So that was my big thing. I was like, I can't actually play this. But no, like Niantic did a great job, and it's Nintendo, and it's a property that's kind of like, I don't feel like Pikmin is one of their big heavy hitters.
Right.
But it's still there, and it's got a decent following, and especially with the reporting from the Wii U to the Switch. Like, I got the Pikmin 3 Deluxe, and it's really good. And even though it was stuff I had played on Wii U, like, it's still fun. So I'm very curious to see how they're going to have, because it's so much about interacting with the world around you, like that. It seems like it's built for that. So I'm very excited to see those two kind of melt together.
It'll be cool to see what type of stuff they bring. Because, you know, Pokemon Go, you get Pokemon, you got to battle, like, gyms and stuff like that. So Pikmin, you go collect Pikmin, maybe, like, you go build stuff and all that, right? Like, it's, like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many options. I feel like the game itself is like an RTS, like, basically. So let's put that into a Go game? Excuse me? I don't understand. We did an adventure game. How do we do an RTS? I'm excited. It's going to be good.
And I'm curious if, like you were saying, because it's built around, you know, timed strategy, is it going to be linked to you, like, the actual time on your phone? And if it hits 5 o'clock, like, do you lose the Pikmin that are out there? Like, I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun.
I want it to be that hardcore. It has to. I want it to be like that.
Like,
by the way,
did you get in your car and forget to bring them? Because they did now. They're super dead. They did.
You gotta send Joey and me your friend code on Pokemon Go, because we just
we just got back into Pokemon Go. Actually,
can't stop.
Funnily enough.
Yeah, more friends. I want more friends. I ended up posting it out on Facebook because I was like, are people still doing this? And they're like, seriously? And I was like, I just started. Yeah. So, awesome. Oh, absolutely. Oh, it's very fun. Okay, and then the next one, so not quite so cute and cuddly, kind of on a totally different side of the spectrum, but something that also excites me is Evan Peters, who we know as Quicksilver and most recently showing up in some MCU stuff. He just got cast to play Jeffrey fucking Dahmer in a new Ryan Murphy show, which I'm just like, oh. So my little like true crime heart is just like, oh, that's good, because Dahmer's a sick fuck. So I'm very excited because I think this kid's got like the chops to do it. And similar to how we saw like Zac Efron tackling Bundy. Like,
yeah.
Like, oh, I think I think he's got it and he's going to do it. So I'm very curious about that. Now, I'm not a American Horror Story person because I don't do horror.
Yeah.
And I know the following that's got. So Ryan Murphy, again, he's also got the chops to handle it and make it like, cool. But yeah.
Yeah,
So
his best roles in American Horror Stories when he's playing the crazy killer.
Oh yeah, that's why I think he'll do really good as Dahmer. That he like him in American Horror Stories, freaking awesome, so good.
Yeah,
which is crazy too, because so that's a TV show he's gonna be in. You said that's a TV show.
I think so.
Okay.
It sounded like it.
Because there was that Dahmer movie that just came out 2 years ago. I don't know. Don't quote me. But something ago. But even that movie was pretty good. I don't.
You're not wrong, teacher. I don't do horror, but I can't wait for this terrible murdering cannibal who did awful, horrible things in real life. I can't wait to watch. Yeah.
I know exactly how you feel, though. I hate horror movies. There's a difference. There's horror movies, and then there's like, like murderers. It's different. If you're just a murderer, you're not like horrifying. But when you're like, a bunny that comes out of the dark when you just think about him, then it's different,
No!
Someone who comes in.
Now I'm scared of that. Thank you, Joey. Yeah. Now I'm afraid
There's
of
a
that.
difference. There's a fine line in the horror realm.
Well, and I think, and this is a weird thing, and because I've had a lot of friends who are like, I have so many, especially like my female friends who are fascinated by true crime and like listen to these murder podcasts all the time. And I was like, there's something very fascinating about knowing that it was a real person. Like that's almost scarier to me in a more fascinating way because it's not demonic possession. It's not, the ring and the girl climbing out the screen stuff. Like this was just a disturbed human. And, was it brain chemistry or was it upbringing? Like what got them to this point and trying to understand, like there's something about that I'm fine with, which doesn't make any sense, but yeah, it's curious, but
I get exactly what you mean. Like I can watch the stuff about like real things that could happen, sure. But when it comes to like the supernatural and like monsters and like just glorified horror, I'm like, hell no. I ain't doing that. Like who makes those is it Sundial Films? Who makes like Midsommar and like in like Hereditary and shit?
Get Out. And...
Yeah, hell no. I'm not.
Yeah.
No,
those are ones like I'll just watch because I'm morbidly curious. Like I'll watch like someone doing like a 10-minute review on YouTube of Midsommar, and like even just watching that, I'm just like, oh, that's a big ass pile of nope.
Oh, those dudes, whoever makes those, they're like they're all about the like hell no. Like their shit should just be hell no. The tagline should just be hell no. Every review should be hell no.
I mean, really great job, really well done. No, it's a no for me.
It's a no for me, guy. I'm sorry. You are not going to Hollywood. No.
Yeah. So those are my two.
That was like two separately different things. 180 on both of them. All right, so here we go. Hunter here with the topics. Which one do we want to start with? We'll start with this. So for my topics, I'm so glad nobody picked any of them. So this makes me a little bit easier on what we're going to do here. So for anybody who doesn't know the popular discussion app on your computers and phones, Discord. And for any of you who don't know what an Xbox is, Microsoft. Discord and Microsoft are said to be discussing a deal that could top over $10 billion. Apparently, Microsoft is trying to acquire Discord as one of its other businesses. Microsoft lately, over the last couple of months, has acquired a bunch of different companies. No idea what they're doing, but they are basically becoming Disney. I'm not sure. But they have taken over, or sorry, not taken over, they have purchased. I don't want to say it's like a corporate takeover. But they've purchased things like LinkedIn, GitHub, they purchased Minecraft. They also got ZeniMax last year, which is how they took over like all of Bethesda games. But the fact that they are buying Discord, I have no idea why. It's a very weird thing happening, and like nobody has any idea what Microsoft would actually want Discord for. I thought it was quite interesting because of what it could be. Are they going to start doing things where like you know, Microsoft and like your Xbox Live is like connected to Discord, and you can share like achievements, or like, is it going to be more geared towards gamers now? I mean, it technically already is, but like, will there be more options for gaming, or is it going to become more of a social app and have like Facebook or Instagram? Like, what's Microsoft doing? What are they doing?
I mean, they couldn't make Skype sticks, so
Skype stick? What's the Skype stick? What's that?
they couldn't make it stay. They couldn't get Skype to stay, so now they have to buy Discord.
Like Fetch. They couldn't make Fetch a thing, so they had to get this.
Stop trying to make Fetch a thing, Emily.
Well, and I'm curious because, again, obviously, I am a big fan of Discord. I like its accessibility. So I'm always, this is how I know I'm getting older, because I'm just like, no, wait, don't change my thing. I like my thing as it is. Don't change it. And also, like, I kind of like that it's not linked to my Facebook unless, you know, I want to do stuff like that. It's not linked to Instagram. It's not linked to Twitter. Like, I like it as a separate thing from that because everything else I have is so integrated. Yeah. But I also kind of see this as Microsoft shifting, because I think the Xbox is still competitive to a certain standard, but I think Nintendo and PlayStation do it better. I think they do better hardware. So I'm curious if this is Microsoft's push towards like the software side of it and like the development side of it, which I think they do actually do really well. Mm-hmm. So I would be very curious if they were pushing towards that and stepping back from some of the other manufacturing sides.
Yeah. I mean, they honestly compete with themselves, right? Because they're the PC company. So
yeah.
Why focus on a console when PCs are a thing?
Yeah. Well, their biggest thing is, you know, with the whole, because like you're saying, PlayStation and Nintendo, they do a console very well. And Xbox, you know, they're like right behind. The biggest thing that Xbox does, though, is their services. Like Xbox Game Pass, and like, they are so good at like the service portion. Like, they really cater to like the fans and customers. Whereas like PlayStation, Nintendo for sure as hell doesn't, because they hate you. They make you pay for everything. And then if you log out of something, you have to log back in and pay for it again. Like, but you know, besides the fact. But yeah, Microsoft's really good at the service thing. So for them taking Discord, which is something like hundreds of millions of users use a month, like, what is it they're going to add? Hopefully the thing is, because like with Discord now, you can integrate a bunch of stuff, but you don't have to. Like you were saying, you don't have to. So are they going to make it so you have to now, or are they going to add a whole bunch of new options that you, again, have the option to do if you want to? That would be cool. That's what I'm hoping. The other cool snippet about this, too, so Discord itself just became, what am I trying to say? Its value had just actually became $7 billion. So with Microsoft wanting to buy it at 10, it's crazy or weird to see why they're going like $3 billion, sorry, not million, that's even less, $3 billion more over. Like, how bad do they want Discord? When it's only valued at $7 billion. That's but yeah, just a snippet.
It's interesting. I'll be curious to see where that goes.
Like a bad time to buy too, right? Like everybody, of course, its value's inflated right now because of quarantine and
exactly, yeah. And that's the biggest thing in here too, is because literally Discord just went over the threshold of 7 billion because of like during the pandemic they got so many more. What was it? They got $600 million more in like funding and like all types of different stuff. So it's pretty crazy. Also, the Discord was founded in 2015. So for it to be a $7 billion company that quick, I don't know if that's technically quick or not. I guess I don't know my $1 billion companies very well. But 5 years to get $7 billion.
Ask Belle Delphine.
That's more than $1 billion a year. So I mean, they've got to be doing something right? But that's my first topic. So let me go back to. So for my other one, it is quite different. It's definitely not the same in any way, shape, or form. But I'm gonna read it like a newscaster who's in grave danger. Just in, from space, something invisible is tearing apart the nearest star cluster to Earth. Apparently, some stars are ripping each other apart here in our Milky Way. And nobody knows what it is. It is an invisible mass that is tearing apart stars in our Milky Way.
I know what that is.
Oh, we all know what it is. I think. I don't know.
It's Galactus.
I was gonna say it's supposed to be Galactus, right?
That's Galactus.
You're explaining Galactus. So yeah.
Also, Hunter, I just wanted you to like mess up your hair all crazy and be like aliens.
Oh, yeah. Aliens.
Perfect.
Oh, that's perfect. But yeah, so scientists are unsure of what this thing is. There is an invisible mass that is destroying stars in the Milky Way right now and just taking out clusters and causing gravitational pull towards an area. So they aren't quite sure what's happening. It is quite far away, though, so we're not in any immediate danger as long as it doesn't keep moving as fast as they think it might. But they're not quite sure what it is, but their best answer so far is that it is hinting towards a potential invisible clump of dark matter. That's their best answer. And I feel like that's like the cop-out answer, because anytime we don't know what it is, we're just like, oh, it's dark matter. What's dark matter?
Dark matter.
We don't know. Nobody even knows what it is. So how can you... I don't know. But it could very well be Galactus. He is finally coming.
Dark matter is Neblonian poop.
Neblonian poop. They're finally coming for Earth. Silver Surfer will be here first, so be on the lookout.
We better get our act together and get some fucking Avengers, dude.
Yeah, we need some Avengers level heroes going on.
Yeah.
Here. It's getting to that time, huh?
Like the movies were out like 10 years ago. Like they were already doing like propaganda for like, guys, okay, like start training, get your shit together because we're gonna need you. And I don't think people were paying attention.
All right, come on, Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., put your suits on. Let's go. I know you. I know they're actual big suits, and you can wear them. They're functional. Now let's do this. But yeah, I thought it was an interesting topic. Something invisible is threatening our galaxy. I'm reaching for a soda. Don't think I'm leaving.
Dark matter. Oh no, dark matter.
It's taking me away. I don't know what to do. The dark matter is coming. Speaking of dark matter too, I think this is like our third time talking about dark matter. Because before we were talking about how it's like changing our time of the world. Apparently the world is going slower and like, so dark matter is really fucking us up these last 2 years, man. We better learn something about this dark matter. All right, ready?
I blame particle accelerators and Rob's in particular.
Yep, 100%. Just Rob, Dr. Moore of the Particle Incelerator.
Oh.
The Incelerator. Sounds like a villain. I am the Incelerator.
Somebody get me a picture of the inside of a particle accelerator with just tons of little fedora heads flying.
A lady. So bad.
Oh my god. So good. So yeah, invisible mass attacking, the Milky Way. That's happening. And, we're all in trouble. What are we to do?
We'll be fine.
Well, hopefully, we should be. I think so. Hopefully, we should be. I think. I guess we'll find out.
The Mars rover's out there protecting us.
The margins. I just realized that something just opened that didn't mean to. And now everyone's looking at our next topic, which I guess is going to be our segue, because I'm an idiot and don't know how to open up frickin' Chrome browsers because I'm a dummy. Let me try that again and do a thing to the right thing. Please, thank you so much. You did the right thing this time. Awesome. Thanks, computer. You ruined everything. You ruined everything, Mom. I call my computer Mom now.
There's a quick look behind the scenes.
That's a whole separate episode where we talk about Hunter and his mom computer.
Oh my god, all my problems.
How does that feel?
The computer just likes. I don't know. It makes me feel not good.
Why you always judging me, Ma?
Jeez, Ma. Me and Casino, we're gonna go play games. Joey, you want to introduce our main topic?
Well, being I think I'm probably the largest cannabis investor in the chat today. There is law in action here in New York State for the legalization of marijuana.
There is. Yeah. Currently, they are putting, apparently all of the legally things has, hold on. I can't hear anybody for some reason. Hello? Am I crazy?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Weird. I don't know what it was.
Oh, it froze, but.
Oh, that's what it is. The background noise of his like fans or vacuums went away, and I thought we shut down. I was very scared.
Am I back?
You're back.
You're back.
Everything went away from me. I got a Discord message, and it just destroyed everything. I thought Galactus was here.
Microsoft.
Oh, you're taking over Discord as we talk about it. They're getting in. They're hackermans.
So fast.
So fast. But yes, New York is ready to legalize recreational marijuana. Yeah, apparently right now all the legally things have gone through, and from Andrew Cuomo, we apparently are beginning to finish up the bill that will go through the Senate for New York to legalize the marijuana.
I love that sentence. Beginning to finish up.
Beginning to finish up. That's exactly what is this? That's what
so you're starting then? Is that the beginning?
Has been reached. The bill drafting is in the process of. In the process of finishing a bill. It was my fault. I said beginning. Process of finishing the bill that is going to make it so we can have the marijuana in New York. All the legalese things and all the that's happening. So, this has a lot of effects on the world, I think, and New York in general. So, first, let's talk about some good stuff, and then maybe some bad stuff. So, Joey, for one, is probably a good thing, because boy's got so much stock in the cannabis that once it goes legally, to the moon.
To the moon. To get eaten by Galactus.
To the moon, eaten by Galactus. Actually, Galactus might be like, oh, okay, we can go now. They're cool. Yeah, Galactus is gonna leave.
These guys chill. Imagine that, like the universal killing deity comes to our planet, and they're like, oh, these guys figured it out. They legalized weed.
Oh no, they're cool.
Peace out.
I imagine like Silver Surfer showing up and like circling it, and there's just like a big like cloud around the planet. He comes back to Planet and he's like, nah, bro, you know what?
They good, bro.
It's so good. He's like tilting off of his surfboard. He's like, it's fine. Let's go. Let's go somewhere else. Yeah. Wait, can we get nachos? Like,
can we stop at Galactic Nacho? I need Galactic Nacho. They're so good.
So I'm definitely excited about that aspect of it for sure. Like,
oh yeah,
because every time a state has legalized cannabis for recreational use, I've seen a bump. No. So we're waiting ultimately for like the federal, but each state that goes is another step towards federal. So.
Yeah. Which is dope for the investors. Little damn. But yeah, which is really, really cool. A couple of other things too about this, because it's not just like, oh cool, legalize it, go do whatever you want. Like, there's obviously a lot of stipulations to everything. One big thing being that, because in New York we have a sales tax of 8%, correct? Right? Like that's like our usual thing. Well, for things specifically like this, tax like that has to go up. So instead of it being 8% on anything you would buy, it would be 13% on any cannabis you buy from a legal distributor, blah 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 blah, that stuff, right? However, though, the one nice thing out of this article, I think it's good, is with that 13%, I believe it was, here it is. So 13% sales tax, 9% which would go to the state. So technically they're getting 1% more than they were before, right? Because it's 8%, blah blah blah, or whichever it is. But then 4% is gonna go to like localities. I can't even say that word. First of all,
Entities?
Localities. Basically, it's gonna go to the nearby areas to help with programs of what is it? People who are like, I can't even remember. It's like people who are currently like incarcerated for certain things, and helping them, and also helping with just like the community in general. Neighborhood programs. There it is. Couldn't find the word. For neighborhood programs. So it's going to help with not only that, gives to the state, but every time you buy it, you're technically helping your community. So when you're going to go buy your recreational cannabis, and someone's like, "What are you doing?" You go, "I'm helping the community. So I'm giving back."
I mean, just on the prison thing real quick, too. Like,
Uh-huh.
we'll see a lot. It'll help, because overcrowding's a big issue.
Well, and just the amount of, mass incarceration we have related to specifically cannabis infractions. Like that's like it's just
Yeah.
wipe it out. Like it doesn't need to be a thing.
Mhm.
Obviously, when you get into higher levels of stuff, it's a different game. But this, that's always bugs me for
Yep.
the amount of time that some people serve related to that, especially for people who are not heavy dealers, like for, we'll say, maybe casual consumers. And
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
It is really nice, and that's a big thing they address too in the article itself. Is that stuff that's going to help with the neighborhood programs. It's to help people rebuild their lives after marijuana possession arrests, to help neighborhoods, education, drug treatment, all that type of stuff. And they specifically say, we understand the ramifications of decades of incarceration of people that actually ends up costing us as a government money. But they say this community reinvestment could reverse the whole dynamic, and we can reinvest in people's lives. So those people who are incarcerated for those things, hopefully, one, it gets most of them out, a good portion of them, because now their whatever it was isn't, what am I trying to say, isn't illegal anymore, and maybe there's some type of a retcon to that. Not retcon, that's a D&D term.
No, but you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But when they get to come out, and then people buying the cannabis now actually helps them. It's funny that well, not funny, but like they go in for it, but then they get out because of it, and it's gonna help them. So it's nice that New York wants to put a portion of, man, we messed up, we're sorry, but since we messed up, every time someone buys it, you get a little help. It's kind of like how I'm looking. Oh, how I'm looking at that. I bumped the mic.
No, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful, because that was kind of always the thing. Like, no, make it legal and tax it. Like, seriously, that's especially with this particular drug. Like, it
maybe
just made
maybe we won't have like roads that are literally disintegrating, and
yeah, exactly. So
overcrowded schools. And,
yeah.
like, put some money to work. Like, if you can do it and put the money to work, do it.
Yeah.
And
again, you got people who looking at like the alcohol aspect of it. You go way back to like prohibition. Like, it's not just a free for all. Like, there are establishments like bars where you can go and drink. There are different places that are required to have liquor licenses, or if you reach a certain age, you can consume in your own home. But like, can't do it while you're driving. You can't do that. Like, it's not just opening the floodgates. Like, it's a very kind of controlled and metered response to it. And I think that's always been my frustration when people are like, well, there's no way you could do it. I'm like, I mean, there is, because we did.
Yeah, we drink alcohol, right? I mean, like,
there's a historical precedence in place.
I mean, not always great with our history, but like, I'm pretty sure that one was not that long ago.
Yeah.
That one got fixed pretty easily. That was good. But yeah, I mean, now with you saying that, places where you can go drink alcohol, if there's a place where you can go and hang out and smoke
hookah
weed,
bars, hell yeah,
hell
yeah.
But it would be like, oh my gosh, that's gonna be like the hangout. That's gonna be the spot.
Did you ever hit up that hookah bar in Pittsburgh, Emily, while you were there?
No, I hit up a few in California a few times when I was out there, and that was fun. But no, I was so lame in college. Like, I was so stressed about everything I needed to be doing. Like, it was pretty much like I'm either at school or I'm at home working on school, and then maybe once a month we'll drink too much and I'll lose the whole day, and then I'll be even more stressed because now I'm behind on everything.
Oh no, what have I done?
What have I done? What have I done? I have 6 hours worth of animating to do. I can't sleep tonight. Yeah. Yeah, it's so weird that my immune system is so weak now. I took such good care of myself. No, but again, like that was one of the things like in Pittsburgh, like there's a lot of stuff I was like, I wish I would have had time to go and explore or do other stuff. And no, I was also a baby. So
I'm jealous that you went to California because I want to go to California.
it's very cool. I highly recommend it. Once the world is open, it's a good time.
Yeah, I want to. I technically want to live there. Like that's where I want to live. But like it's whatever. It's whatever. It's cool. I just want to visit at least. I want to go there at least and visit. Yeah, there's so much. So there was one other thing cool tool. I don't know. One other thing about the tax thing too is they said as long as it goes through and stuff, they actually might even put an increasable tax on specific cannabis based on its THC. So like the stronger it is, the little bit more tax it is. So it's like, when you buy, when you buy that expensive one, you're like, yep, that shit's gonna hit hard. Or you buy like the regular shit, you're like, all right, I'm just gonna go hang out. Like that's kind of cool too. But specifically for people who want to spend that extra money, you know what I mean? Like people are always like, you buy the super expensive wine or whatever, blah blah blah. What's that doing? Oh, I get to show it off. Well, not only one, you get some really good cannabis, but you're helping even more in the community now.
Well, I've got two things off of that. One's directly related to wine, which I think is fascinating, especially in the region that we're in, with all the wineries and now all of like the microbreweries and stuff. I was kind of like, there's no way if this goes through, you're not going to see people like messing around with like cannabis infused like homebrews and stuff like that, and like that's going to be really fun. But again, we've also got really good farmland up here, so that's a part of it. Like, it could be kind of neat. But also, the big thing, when we're talking about the different levels of intensity, my hope also down the road is that if this is a readily accessible option for people who are dealing with pain, then the doctor doesn't have to hit you up with oxycodone to start. And then once you're out of that, you're looking for something else. Like, if you have other ways to manage your pain in a acceptable, not illegal way, or even one that is very... You maybe don't have to go through all the steps of getting the medical marijuana. Just like, nope, here, I'm going to recommend this. We're going to try this as a treatment. You decide which, level you want to get, but just another option that isn't just opioids.
Right. 100%. Oh my gosh. For medical, just anything, this would be fantastic. It'd be so good. Like it, and it's, I mean, New York City, for example, right? Probably one of the worst spots ever for just like things like that, right? If they had the medical option to just give, cannabis instead, it could definitely help a lot of that. I think you are in the right direction on that. I think 100% that would be a huge help in the medical world. People would be able to have, weed instead of opioids, and it can help with so many things, not just physically, but emotionally. All the different type of emotional illnesses, physical illnesses, everything. Be fantastic.
Yep.
Joey gets
100%.
just boom, there you go. Look at that. It's fantastico.
We did it.
We did it, boys. I don't think there's anything else on here, huh? I think we hit it. I think we did it, guys. Oh, I think other than... Well, you know what? I want to comment on the farm thing. New York feels like the best way to do that. Or New York feels like the best place to do this. Because we have so much farmland. You can instantly be like, hey, farmers, guess what you're getting this year? Get ready. You're going to make millions. Yeah, definitely. Well, that was our main topic. I don't know. Yeah. What's next on what's next on this show? What do we do here, Joey? This is a new setup.
Well, don't we talk? Isn't this a gaming show?
This is a gaming show. Oh, that's right. We have game things to talk about.
A game show. This is a game show.
This is a game show. Speaking of game show, if you guys didn't know, we have loyalty points now. You get experience points. You can play little mini games if you do ! Heist or ! slots. I don't remember the other ones. But there's games. Do exclamation point commands. You'll find them out.
We should, speaking of heists, we should do a honey heist again.
We should do a honey heist again. That would be fun. We'll have to do a honey heist as... no, we'll have to do a catnip heist, and we'll be Battle in Casino, and we'll get all of our cousins, and we'll get a bunch of people on to be our cousins. It'd be good. No, but, Em, you have a topic you wanted to talk about for role-playing and gaming, correct?
I do. I brought a topic and everything. So I'm curious. So this is coming from kind of my type of role playing, which is a very casual role player. I'm not a part of an active campaign, and I know from that part of it, also not being deeply aware of a lot of the lore or even a lot of the rule sets, it can be kind of hard to look into joining a campaign or a group or stuff like that. So I'm curious, how you guys go about bringing in new people, either new to your particular group who are advanced players or just new players in general, bringing them into ongoing campaigns. Do you like the idea of running short one-offs to kind of train people or get them involved in that? Or do you like to just toss them right in and bring them along with you on your main campaign? It's fun to say. Main campaign.
The main campaign. The main train campaign.
Main train campaign.
The main train campaign. I think we lost Joey again. So we will see what happens in a moment. But to answer some of that, yeah, so, honestly, when it comes to a lot of that, I think the big thing is what situation's going on when you're bringing in someone new to a campaign. An already existing campaign. 1, how long has the campaign been going on for? 2, how well does everybody know the new person? Because when it comes to bringing in... Oh, Joey's just completely gone. Oh, no. All right, we'll make it just me and you for now. This is the Hunter and Swan show. I've gotten rid of Joey. He's been taken over.
I feel like we need to go full anime and be like Hunter x Swan. Make it really...
It's really funny because there's an anime called Hunter x Hunter, so Hunter x Swan. It's just Hunter versus a swan. I beat up a swan all the time.
So much beat.
Joey says he's reconnecting, so it's okay. So, man, I don't even want to answer it without him here, but it's fine. I'll answer it anyway. Well, I mean, we'll do a whole conversation. I'm talking so much now. But again, like I said, it matters, how long a campaign's been going on for, how well do people in the group know this person? Because technically, and me and Joey have talked about this quite a bit sometimes, your play group is a family. You know these people all the time. You play with them all of the time. You know their deepest, darkest secrets if you're the DM. You know what I mean? Like, you know their lives. They're intertwined. You getting together and seeing each other all the time. You're a family. So when you add someone new in, that new person should, everyone should know them and be comfortable with them. You don't want to throw someone into a world where you get to pretend that you're someone else and leave reality and become something different. You don't want to invite someone that may potentially upset that balance. Here we go.
Holy crap. Can I play D&D with you guys?
Oh, totally, dude. Yeah, what do you want to be? You want to be like a cleric who, beats people up? What do you want to do?
I want to play my OC.
Oh, you got an OC? What's your OC? So, Joey, I was answering Swan's question, about, inviting someone and whether or not, there's 2 big things. 1, how long has the campaign been going on for? Should be a part of your decision making, bringing someone in. How well does your family, because I was explaining that your play group is a family, and you want to invite someone who they can enjoy their time with, because you're spending your time with your family to be in another reality or another place where you get to leave the real world for a while. You don't want to invite somebody in who's going to mess that up or potentially ruin that for everybody. So you want to make sure that everybody knows that person and that they can easily play with them and not ruin that for everybody. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. You don't want to invite, cousin Al to the Thanksgiving dinner because he's just going to come and take his shirt off and rub the ham all over his body. So you don't want to do that.
Have you been to a Thanksgiving at my house or something?
So, But yeah, you know, I think that's the first things to find out before you even try to bring someone in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I would agree with that. I've seen a lot of people who are like, "Oh, now I'm in a relationship, so my significant other wants to play," and they are not a good fit. That's happened. That's happened in the past, and then it's an issue of, well, you know, I guess we just sort of sit through it and do our best. But there's other times like that's, again, like Hunter was saying, does the group all know the person? Because that's a thing too. Like, there's, oh, I met this person at the bar and we're a thing now and they want to try this. And there's also, oh, we've sort of been friends on the outside for a while and they're curious about that I do this and I sort of want to bring them in. We all sort of know them, so we get along.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing, right? Is feeling it out that way. And then, like you were saying, if you don't really know the person, I think the best bet, instead of trying to insert them into like a long running game, is to run a one shot or like a 6-game sort of mini campaign, just to feel it out and see where they're at, what the group's at, and then go from there. So you're not just sort of springing it on something that everyone's put a lot of time into.
Right. And I speaking as someone who has literally been like the girlfriend who got brought along, like there was an incredible amount of pressure because at the time I was only peripherally aware of it. Like I never played D&D in high school. I didn't know anybody who did. Like we played video games and that was like video games and anime were our big things, but D&D really wasn't. And so I'm terrified because I'm like, well, one, I'm not a good actor. Like I don't have that type of confidence. And two, like I genuinely don't know the rules. And again, you know, I'm there with my significant other. I don't want to embarrass myself in front of his friends and I don't want to embarrass him. And so, you know, but there were a couple of times, and I give a lot of credit to that group because they were very receptive. So, you know, we came up on a cave or something like that. And I was like, okay, so I want to go in and explore. And like everybody around the table is like, are you sure? I'm like, do I not want to explore? They're like, do you maybe want to check for traps? I'm like, is that a thing that we do? I didn't know that. But so there's that language that you just kind of get to know. But at the same time, it was neat because, again, props to the DM at the time because he then would set up situations where so if you go into a dungeon and he's describing a monster, I'm not going to know what the monster is. So I'm not going to know how to fight it. So you get kind of that brand new experience of fighting something. And he could play off of that to add mystery for the rest of the characters. And again, I think that speaks to the group, but it was also like, it was a very stressful thing. And I've also been a part of ones where people were interested, like the DM was interested in dating one of the players. And that campaign was terrible because the focus was on that person and not on anybody else playing. And it's like, we don't need to do that.
Can we do stuff too? No, just them? Okay, all right.
No? Okay. All right. Well, cool. Oh, that was fun. Yeah.
That's
so
horrible.
it's I like that idea of kind of the mini campaign. And again, like you said, like there is a camaraderie, but there's also a weird trust that comes with it because you're asking everybody to be at that same level of this is the universe and we're all buying into it. And if somebody's going to stand back and be like, yeah, but really, like it breaks that and it ruins that dynamic some. So yeah, I like that. I like the options for side campaigns. And I know that's a lot of extra work for the people who are running it, but
the DM takes a lot of time to make that stuff up. So for someone to not buy in, it's very upsetting because everyone's all like, oh yeah, I go to Prince Flog's house and blah, blah, and the other person's like, Prince, what the fuck are you talking about? What? I just want to hit that person with a sword. Well, all right, cool, okay, all right, you do that, I guess.
Yeah. If you just want to recommend some dungeon crawlers that you might like. If you want to go break.
There you go. I think you should.
Just on the time thing, a lot of times these like mini campaigns and one shots though can be built around like your main campaign as well.
100%.
Yeah.
So even if the rest of your group, you're like, all right, we're gonna do this side thing to try out this other player. It's still gonna have weight and bearing on what we're doing over here, though. So it's not like we're wasting play sessions. We're fleshing out the overall world, doing it over here.
Now,
that's smart.
to go back on the significant other thing that Joey said, and how we also have been talking about, specifically when you bring that person in, other people should know them. I was the first one to say, they gotta know him, and I have made the mistake of not just bringing someone in that nobody knows. I have done that. Now I did it one other time with an ex partner, and it was horrible. They just sat there, did nothing. They just was like staring, and then they left. It was really weird. So that was horrible. I should have learned my lesson, right? No, I did it again. However, this time when I did it again, it has worked out ever since and been fantastic. And we did a one shot. We literally had a one shot in this world that we were about to start playing in. No one had started playing in it, but we had our entire play group. And luckily, Joey, our play group, is phenomenal. They're great people. They're so understanding. They're awesome. And no one had met this person yet. I had talked about them, and I brought them in for this one shot. That was the world they were about to play in, and they had not really played D&D a lot, but they were interested in the fact and always were listening to my stories and all these types of things, and came in to play. And at first she was very quiet, but then started getting into it, and everyone has loved her ever since. So, which is great.
Yeah.
So sometimes it works out by just bringing in somebody nobody knows. But maybe please try a little bit and don't make my mistake, because it can turn out really bad. It can be really bad. But I think, we've talked about what you should do, but how you should do it. The one-shot thing, like Joey was saying, starting with one shot, anything that builds upon your campaign itself. Bringing someone directly into the game, pretty tough. You've got to do something that builds up the mojo, something that gets them going.
Yeah.
There's definitely options out there too. If you don't want to jump into something as heavy as like D&D right off the bat, you can do like a roll for shoes or a honey heist or a trash pandas. There's tons of these. Just all you need is one sheet of paper. All the rules are right on that. So it really gives a chance just for the experienced people at the table to really play a character. And then for the new person, maybe that loosens them up, right? They don't have to think about the rules or character building or anything like that. They can just see a bunch of people improvising at a table with a light rule set and sort of get the idea of what's going on, right? And it also is like a chance to interact and see how people mesh without having to invest in something.
Yeah. Well, what you said about having the mix of players, especially the confidence thing. Because, again, not a lot has changed in the however many years it's been since I was in college. But I am not usually like the big person when I join a new game. Like I'm usually a lot more quiet. And my trick to that was always playing a very low intelligence tank character. Because at no point was I going to be the one who was called on for the diplomacy checks or like the trying to sweet talk. Someone was like, nope, I got no charisma. I got no intelligence, but I can hit shit real hard.
There you go.
Because that was my protection out of like, okay, I can kind of stand back a little bit and then wait and see how I feel as the group starts to go. Because there's some people who, I'm assuming with you guys, because you are very confident, like you jump in and you already have it and you just go. So having that mix for like you said, like a one-off campaign that's already kind of set, like you get to just jump into that right away, flesh out the characters, and start to gain that confidence, which is huge.
Yep.
100%. It's really fun.
I think also seeing people like, and this goes to like being in a friend group already, but seeing somebody who you've maybe thought of as a certain way, who just really gets into a character, can really open up confidence for new players as well. Because they don't expect it now. Like, well, if this person can totally go off and do this whole different character thing, then I guess it's okay. Like, I can do it.
The people who can go from, being just like, talk show host to, battle playing some video games and pro gamers, it really helps out people, it really builds that confidence. But, seeing people like that sometimes can really open someone up, because they're like, holy shit, did you just do a voice? Yeah, I just did a fucking voice. And then they'll be like, holy shit, I can do a voice. Oh my god, I'm doing your voice. Don't do my voice, it's mine. And then you have DMs who have to talk to themselves in different voices, and then it's just a whole thing. Many Many times I've talked to myself for extended periods of time while other players listen. Now we're getting off topic. We're going off the rails.
That's awesome, though. Well, that's nice to hear. Again, and I hope that, anybody who is maybe curious about joining a game or finding people, like, I hope that you do reach out to people or kind of shoot your shot in that sense and be like, hey, I'd like to at least try and get into a game. If you're actually interested in it, like, I hope that you reach out to people so that you can become a part of that ongoing game community.
Yeah, don't be a liar. Don't be like, I want to play and then not want to play. Okay, don't be.
Yeah.
A dick.
And now's like the perfect time, because if you've lacked confidence at the table and in person, there's nothing that builds confidence better than having a computer screen between you and the rest of the party.
Yep.
I think that segues us right into the other main topic of today. What time is it? This
What is
morning. Time? What is time? Time is a concept. Today's other main role-playing topic, and that is bringing your tabletop role-playing game to the virtual space, the virtual world, what it's like, what you need to do, the difficulties, what's better, what's worse, basically all about it, all the things,
Yep.
all the doodads, those things.
This is life now.
This is life now.
There's a reason Microsoft is buying Discord for $10 million.
It's all about D&D. It's all about the D&D. Joey, you want to start us off? What's some advantages?
Sure.
difficulties?
So, first off, let's say that if you've been in a D&D group and you've continued to play during quarantine, you've probably played online. You've probably used two things. One of those being Discord, and the other one being Roll20.
And D&D Beyond.
Those D&D Beyond. But to be fair, most of us were using D&D Beyond before the pandemic.
You're not wrong.
That's just a convenience thing.
That's just a thing you have
But
to have when you play D&D.
Roll20 and Discord have facilitated us so well during the pandemic in being able to stay in touch, keep our games going. And it's something that Hunter and I have talked about continuing to use even when we're able to get back around a table.
It's just so good for battle maps, for strategy, for showing things to players. Like, it's just, you get up, when you finally get back to your table, everyone chip in for a big TV and just hook up your computer to it, use it for Roll20. You won't regret it. You will not regret it. But the other big thing too, so that was some of the advantageous things, some of the difficulties of moving from table to virtual space. One, you don't get to lick each other's faces. Two, you don't get to slap each other when they say something stupid. Basically, the point that I'm getting at is you don't get to touch each other. You don't get to feel each other's presence. You don't get to get hyped in the train of the feeling of the aura you get from other people, right? I'm using like crazy crazy cat lady words now. But
That's offensive.
No high fives, no
I'm
fist
offended
bumps.
by that.
Oh my God.
I'm a
Great.
delightful cat lady.
But the difficulty is moving from a space where literally everybody has known each other and seen each other and been in the presence of one another, moving that to a virtual space where you just get to see each other. It's different. It's definitely something that's not, it doesn't have the exact same feel, but there is ways to making it still feel like that. And that's something that a lot of people have had to undertake as a dilemma, so that they can continue to have a high fives and fist bumps, to be able to have a place where everyone can still feel the same excitement, the same hype, the same energy than being at the table. It's tough, but it is possible. It's not, things like Joey said, Discord, Roll20 have been able to facilitate the possibility of making it still feel like you are at the table again.
I know, like every time somebody in our group got a webcam, like it was a celebration, right? Because we could see each other again.
I can see your beautiful face every time.
So along the lines with that, so not only, again, being able to see each other, which is huge because of all of the, the physical cues and stuff like that, but there's, the part of it of being able to, this sounds so silly, but being able to talk over each other in person. Like that's a big thing where, you know, now it has changed the way that conversations go, or even like if you're having a heated argument, if you talk over someone else and it cuts out their mic, then, you know, the rest of the group can't hear. So it's now a new way of kind of waiting your turn to have the next person converse. And that's a different feel. So again, I'm excited for that. Oh, I can't think of the word, but that kind of more natural flow to roundtable conversation. Just because, like, exactly what you said, Hunter, it's that energy that, like, when everybody's screaming at all the same time, like, it's pandemonium, but it's fun. And that's a lot harder to capture when you're all on mic and all on cam.
For sure. I will say, though, I do like the fact that, like, now that we're online, when you talk and someone else talks, it will quiet yourself, because like before at the table, when you're talking, they'll talk, or like, or while you're doing something, someone else is doing something, and then they're doing something, but it's like in the background. Now, if you do anything when it's not your turn, everyone can hear you. Your voice, your shit you're doing is in your ear, so you can't, like, people will now. It helps with people shutting the hell up when other people are doing things, and it also makes it so when there is conversation, like, they aren't just talking at the same time. Instead, they both go, oh, no, you go. No, you. Okay, all right. It helps actually make that decision rather than people just going, huh? No, I'm going to. It definitely has helped with conversation. But it almost as if, like, virtual tabletop should be your beginner course, so you can learn how to do that. Then you get to play at the table.
You have to complete the online course. Yeah, you have to take your whole certificate. Like, I completed 1 month of virtual tabletop, and now I'm ready to graduate to my first table. Yeah. Well, I'm here for it.
Oh my god, we should make an online class for D&D.
That would be so fun.
Raging Lady Boner.
What up, Raging Lady Boner? Hello.
Thank you for the follow.
So very funny. I don't know if you've been here the whole time, Raging Lady Boner, but if you don't, catch this video afterwards, because they talked about joining new games and ways for newer players to get into it, because she had mentioned in chat the other day she was interested in and possibly getting into some more D&D. So
so next Thursday morning on YouTube, this will post just before our live show goes live, so you can watch the previous week's show and then switch over to Twitch and watch us live.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
We try to post a video so that if you watch the video, as it ends, we should be going live. Like, that's usually
fancy.
So, like, if you didn't watch last week, you should be able to watch both in a row. But then your morning's really getting started. But yeah. What the heck were we talking about? Oh, virtual space with the D&D world. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like, so there's difficulties, there's advantages, there's so many different things to moving your table to the virtual world. The other huge thing I love about having the virtual world, playmats, tokens, all of that shit. That's why me and Joey have been talking about bringing the TV to the table once we can all be back together again.
Yeah.
Having maps that I don't have to fucking roll out or draw on with a marker or have to pick up all the tokens when someone bumps the fucking table and they all fall over. Yeah, hell no. Having this computer and the TV is going to be so much easier, and everybody can upload their own. Like, I don't have to be like, all right, let's get some 3D printed tokens, or let's go buy a miniature, let's paint it and all that stuff. No, just find a picture you like or pay Joey to draw one for you. Like, there you go.
Yes,
now
definitely pay Joey.
Oh yeah, now we're on track. We're playing so fast, like we don't have to worry about that stuff. Oh, it's so much easier. People can bump the TV, nothing falls over.
Now,
phenomenal.
I will say, for my campaign, this has been a disadvantageous thing.
Yeah.
So for D&D, Roll20, chef kisses, right? I'm running Cyberpunk 2020. There's nothing. I've literally had to make all the tokens, all the maps, any of the art. Like, I've had to pull all that in from outside resources or do it myself. So it's definitely been a lot of extra work on my end to run that, but it definitely depends on what game you're running and how easy the transition is from physical space to digital space.
But yeah, is there enough
and
assets
the thing
virtually?
The thing is, if I was running Cyberpunk at a table, I would probably do it all theater of the mind with really basic props. Whereas on Roll20, I feel like I'm expected to create a presentation. Like,
I mean,
I run it almost like a motion comic most of the
I was
time.
just about to say,
You're a crazy person.
Joey says this, but he has made the expectation this way from the get-go. From the very first set. He could have made it maybe a little bit less, but no, he set the expectations fucking high from the first session. Like, we all got together, we all got our Cyberpunk characters, we all started playing, and all of a sudden a fucking motion comic comes up on the fucking screen, and he's showing a fucking backstory. He's got a 20-page I don't know about 20-page comic. I'm exaggerating. But dude got a whole thing started, and we're like, oh yeah, you have to do this every fucking session now. He's like, fuck. Should have waited until like the third session. Done it every other session.
But yeah, it's definitely been, and I put a lot of that on myself. Like, you can find some maps and tokens out there, but for a lot of stuff, like if I was looking for a specific map, it's a lot harder to find the stuff for a game like Cyberpunk than it is D&D, where you're just like, oh, there's what I need.
Fantasy. Like,
I feel like in the future going forward, because I think, again, with a lot of things, I don't think the virtual aspect of this is going to diminish some, but it's not going to go away. You're going to keep seeing these virtual campaigns and stuff like that. And I feel like you're going to continue to have a market for asset creation and for playmats and stuff like that. Like, as people utilize these tools more, like, there's going to be more artists creating it. And as you're talking, Joey, like, I completely get it, because I know I would do probably the same thing, but it's hard when you are a visual person and you can create things. Like, if you can't find it, I was like, well, I could just make it. And then, you know, 8 hours later, you're like, why though?
Oh God, you're just Googling desperately, like doom searching, trying to find one piece.
There's gotta be something. Need. There's gotta be. I don't want to draw this too, but I will. Oh God, yeah. But along those lines, with, you know, the ability to, and this is, you know, kind of thing of the connection when it comes to being virtual anyways, but being able to play with people who aren't in your immediate area, like having that, you, especially friends who move away, or like if you had a group, like you're saying, it is a family. And if you want to keep playing with these same players, the accessibility to have that as an option to keep, and whether it's your primary one or not, just that, like, we have a possibility where we can still have this really great gaming experience, even if we can't meet all together every time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. 100%. That's like being able to play with the people who aren't here anymore is just different states. Yeah. Like, yeah. What were we gonna say, Joey? You're on.
I was saying that's one of the biggest things about it, is because honestly, we wouldn't have seen each other for what, months. At least 6 months, if not for Discord and Roll20, and that's for, you know, whatever you're doing, just hanging out. Like, there's nights where we're just like, I've been more engaged with my friends during quarantine than I ever was before because of Discord.
We're learning. Social interaction. Communication. Every fucking message. It's every message in all of our shows. Communication. Every time.
It's good.
Man, it is. It's real good. But like you said, the virtual space has really brought everyone to. It's weird that the virtual space has brought us together more than the table sometimes. Because the table still brought us together. It is the focal point. It's our origin story. You can't forget the origin story. But the virtual table has made us the third sequel comic that has made it even better sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's the virtual space has made a big difference in helping us stay together, helping us stay a family, because we're all a family, and we do it together.
Hang on, I need to get a Corona.
Where's your mother? Ohana means family.
Ohana means family. So good. Oh man, I thought there was something else I wanted to say about the difficulties or advantageousness, but we've kind of we've killed it. Guys.
I think we got it.
Beat that topic into the ground. That's how good we are.
Gentlemen, we got him.
We got him.
Time to loot.
Time to loot. That's really good. That's how we should end all segments. We got it. We got him. Time to loot. It's time to loot.
You did it. You're successful. You've slayed the beast. Great. Where's the treasure?
It's time to loot.
Treasure. New treasure.
Oh man. Speaking of defeating a monster and looting, this week's monster of the week is a little bit different. Joey,
What?
you wanna get that started? What are we looking at here for
Well, I'm gonna say normally we would grab our monster manuals right now, and we would do a monster of the week. But
hold on. Almost
what?
there. I gotta get it. But keep going. Keep going.
Okay. But I just received a Kickstarter that I backed a while ago, from a fellow content creator. His channel is Runesmith, and he is a D&D YouTuber. But he did a Kickstarter called Stibble's Codex of Companions. And my physical copy finally came.
Ooh, that's pretty.
See if
It
I can get the
honestly
glare
is
off it.
extremely beautiful. It's stupid nice. It's like real good.
Oh, it had that good new book creak too.
Yeah.
I love the new book creak. Ooh, chills.
Look at
And
all
then
these
open
creatures
shit.
we got.
Oh my god.
So they're
That's
so
so-
cute. It's stupid.
You
So
get a
cute.
bunch of companion creatures in this book, and new monsters. You also get rules for
I messed up. It's okay. Keep going.
for working with your companion and forming bonds with companion animals and mounts. You also get rules in here for battling with companions.
Not Pokemon at all. Or Digimon.
What?
There's a lot of new feats, magic items. But you can get this on the Eldermancy store. And to sort of celebrate getting my Kickstarter this week, we are going to do a monster out of Stibbles.
What's the monster, Joey? Not like I've already.
The
shown it on
monster
accident.
this week is, not to go too deep in the book and spoil it, but the Biote, which you can find in Aberrations on page 6. These small alien creatures are some of the most ambitious and compassionate companions one can have. A biote's single eye is often considered a manifested metaphor explaining that the biote has only its master in its sights. One odd feature of the biote is the rest of its facial structure. The more time the biote spends in the service of a single creature, the more it begins to resemble them. Its hairstyle, mouth, ears, jaw reform after enough blood has been consumed.
Some scholars have been led to believe that a biote is actually just the floating tail, and the rest of its body manifests to keep the tentacle alive. Their psionic abilities grant them several spells, including the ability to endlessly float through the air. As feeble as their attacks seem to be, a creature lacking wisdom will soon find their injuries spreading. This is due to a unique echo to their attack that affects their enemies' minds, causing them to relive the attack until they overcome it.
Unwavering loyalty. A biote lives its entire physical life with the intent to serve a master, forming some of the strongest bonds in a very short period of time. They try their best to convey their need for a dependent relationship. In this, biotes are aided by their ability to read the thoughts and emotions of nearby creatures.
Dependent biology. Biotes will die within hours on their own. Aww. For unknown reasons, their bodies rapidly degrade without a master. No amount of food or water can keep them alive. They require 3 sources of fuel, a combination of which seem nonsensical. Sentient thoughts, small amounts of blood, and scat. They gotta eat that poop. They like it to poop.
Gotta get that.
Gotta get that poop. Gotta get that poop.
I'm a scat man. There you go.
So there you go. That's what you're in store for when you pick up Stibbles.
Yes.
A whole lot of that.
That's super cool though.
So I think a fun use for this creature would be you fight an early on big bad, right?
Sure.
Like maybe the big bad at the end of the first like story arc of your campaign.
Yeah.
You defeat them, and then you find this little creature chilling out in the lair somewhere, and they're like, "Oh no, I'm gonna die. My master's dead." They immediately attach to one of the party members. They're like, "Hey, how can I help you? What can I do for you?"
Well, what can I do? The name's Battle. What can I do?
And then you sort of build this little mini me version of that character.
Oh, it's the
that you get to play.
I love that their characteristics adapt to the person. It's so good. Like, oh my gosh.
No, that's very fun. It's also got like a little bit of like the minions who are constantly like, we have to have a person that we're serving, even though they're not like great at it, but like, yeah. Oh,
Badu,
yes.
Badu. They're just Oh, it's so great. You know, speaking of characteristics, Joey, doesn't this buyout kind of look like Bree?
It does.
That's Bree's buyout right there. For any of you that don't know, Bree was Joey's
the dreadlocks.
Yeah. Bree was Joey's I'm thinking of a grander word, but I can't think of it. In my first campaign that I ran with our entire group, it was his character, it was his baby, and she's also one of the main characters in the comic book we're making. So, look out for that. So, like we haven't told everybody 3 times.
Spoilers.
But yeah, the buyout's pretty cool too. Now, usually because the monster of the week is a monster to fight, but we have this new book that Joey has brought. This is a companion. So, like Joey said, you beat the big bad, the buyout comes in, becomes your friend, and then just looks like you, and then wants to do everything for you. What are some? I'm trying to think of some other. It has to eat scat. And that's the thing that, like, during roleplay, I want to find out how people react to.
Yeah.
Like, what? What are you doing? I'm eating. What are you?
I'm eating the poop.
Why?
Like the party member like steps away into the forest and like grabs some leaves and stuff, and it's just following along. And it's just like, you don't eat this. I got this.
No, you don't need that. You don't need that.
I'm just gonna watch you poop.
That's so weird. You don't need the leaf. Why? I got it.
What you doing there? I see you. I see you, baby. Shaking that ass. Yeah.
Oh my god. Just gave myself a fucking head injury. Holy shit. It's pretty great. They're cute. They're fucking here. Let's look at this guy again. He's so not Joey.
He's so cute.
He's so cute.
I mean, they are almost the same color, so yeah.
They are.
Yep.
I also feel like you've got some possibility for like Dobby-esque shenanigans where like he's just trying so hard to protect you and he's breaking all the shit and doing everything wrong and just like, but I have to save you, and you're like, please don't.
Please stop saving me.
Don't help. Don't help.
Go over there. Go save the door. Keep it closed.
Go save the door.
Leave me alone. That's the man. It's fucking Dobby situation's perfect. I love it. That's the best. So I'm thinking of another way you could introduce the buyout other than beating the big bad, and the big bad had been his master. Where else could a buyout come from? That he's just like, oh hi. Like he's got to manifest somehow. Oh, I just figured out. You could do like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends situation, right? Like someone's like, I just want a friend. Like it's in their backstory, and they made the buyout. The buyout is a manifestation of their imaginary friend. In a world of magic, that doesn't seem far-fetched.
Nope.
Oh, I love that though. I fucking love that show. It's so good.
So good. So good. You know, the other day I was pretty sure, off topic, Funko is coming out with some Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends pops.
I saw that.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive.
Yeah. Eduardo, Wilt, Blue.
They got to make cheese, right? Like cheese is my favorite.
Cheese and cocoa.
Oh, I love it. Like I like chocolate milk.
I like Chocolate.
I like potatoes.
I like cereal. Like, oh, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah, that was one that got quoted a lot at college because we're just like, well, this is insane and I love it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends
Good shit.
is real good. The other cool thing about Joey's book, but I mean, we're not gonna spoil anything. There was a lot of references to things. Like they referenced the shit out of other stuff for the companions they make.
Yep.
We were looking through it yesterday. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It's phenomenal.
That's exciting.
So good.
So Stibble's Codex of Companions, Eldermancy is the company, and then Runesmith is the channel.
When you guys can probably drop like links to stuff in your Discord.
We'll put.
People are following you there,
put the
and
links in and
Actually,
for everybody.
yeah, we can put that link in there too. And then also, just to do it again, in the community chat, I'm going to put up Emily's stuff. Here's Emily's things in our Discord community chat, and I will put it in the Twitter chat. I'm an idiot. Twitch chat as well, so you guys can know that this is Emily Swan. And you can, it's her, a swan. You can click on the link, check out all of her different cool, awesome stuff. And then, oh boy, what was I? And then Joey will have to make a link for the boys, for the Stibble boys. Also, if you do not already join our Discord community, you should do so. You can join like-minded slayers like yourself and talk to them, and also know when we go live and all those different stuff because we're cool, I think.
Yeah. Also, now, I mean, are you guys open to, like, if, as we've talked about, new players and stuff like that, like hitting you guys up for questions or, again, information about stuff that you use, like utilities, like you were talking about Roll20 and all of that. Like, if people have questions on how to run their own games or things that you use, like, that's a great way to get in contact with you. And
Hell yeah.
Definitely hit us up on the Discord.
100%. 100%. Hit us up on Discord. That's what it's there for. And actually, the next segment is questions from people in the community chat, or within just our Discord community, or just whatever. Now, we don't really have any good questions usually, but you could be the first question.
Well, we had a fabulous one from Monday Sammy.
We certainly. I was gonna say we could ask this one. We'll make it the one question we asked for this week. We'll pick one. We'll pick one from the nonsensical questions.
From the many, amount. The many we're gonna pick
we gotta keep it small. The question is presented from Monday Sammy. Is a Twinkie a vegetarian corn dog? Yes, you may ask any question you want, and we will more than likely answer it. Doesn't have to be D&D. Just ask the question: is a Twinkie a vegetarian corn dog? Me and Joey had quite a debate about it, and we've come to an answer. What do you think, Emily?
See, I was thinking, if I was going to go vegetarian corn dog, I would go more like spring roll out of like Chinese food rather than Twinkie. But yeah.
It does lack a stick, which is a vital component of a corn dog.
Yes, and that was
that it does lack a stick. Which I feel like that's an important component. So if you have like vegetable pot stickers as like an entree either in Thai or Chinese food, then I think that would be closer. But yeah, I've never put a Twinkie on a stick, but maybe I will now.
Here,
don't knock it till you try it.
Let me put my monocle on. So you see the
how do monocles work? That's
the Twinkie,
what I want to know.
God damn it. As you can see, the Twinkie lacks a stick and therefore is not a corn dog. So answering the question, we went into a debate. First, we had to find out whether or not a Twinkie in itself is vegetarian. We found out, yes, it is considered vegetarian. It is not made of any specific things that make it not vegetarian.
No meat products.
There is nothing or any...
Not vegan?
No gelatins.
Right, there's no gelatins, there's no things that make it not vegetarian. So it is a vegetarian meal to consume. Then we had to figure out whether or not it was a corn dog. And as Joey has said, there is no stick present within the Twinkie, so it is not a
Raging-
corn dog.
Raging Lady Boner says take corn dog off the stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine they're like the dum-dums, like where like I will utilize it as a sucker for a small amount of time, but the goal is to ultimately be able to pop it off the stick and then just have it as a hard candy. So
Wait, you don't eat the stick?
I don't eat the stick.
Uh-oh.
Wait, is that bad?
You
Oh,
don't eat the stick? Nani?
those really terrible suckers that have the little loop that came out of the bottom. You could hold them like, oh, I hated this. I'm sorry. But yes, I also agree with Raging Lady Boner with fried Twinkies are closer. They're getting closer to being a corn dog. Oh.
At least closer
I
than a
only
fried
saw the
Oreo.
second message. I didn't see this one. I only saw the second one, not this one. However, I think the conclusion we came to yesterday about this is yes, it's vegetarian first of all, but it's not a vegetarian corn dog. It's more or less a vegetarian pig in a blanket.
Ooh.
That's the closest to resembling a pig in the blanket, rather than
Okay.
a corn dog because of the presence of a stick. But I guess
Yeah.
if you're raging lady boner and you take yours off the stick, then we have a completely different conversation.
There's so many unconsidered angles.
I just put Twinkies on sticks.
Corn dogs. Corn dogs.
Oh, it's good. Real takeaway though is both of them are going to outlast us. That's the I think the most important takeaway that they.
This is real. This is real. There's mini corn dogs that don't have sticks. Oh my god, life has been.
Topical
See,
fries?
there's so many angles, so many corn dogs.
Twinkies are just dessert pizza rolls. Changed my mind.
Oh, son of a bitch! There you go. We have changed up the whole question. We've brought it. We've beaten it. We have beaten it. It's time to loot. That's trademark from Emily now. We have to pay her royalties every time we say it.
Oh, it's good. I like
I'm gonna make a thing that says time to loot. There we go. Time
Well,
to
this is super fun. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Yeah,
Like,
you
this
got
was a
stuff to
blast.
plug?
Yeah, do some plugging.
Yeah, so actually, and I feel like it's only really, really super appropriate, and obviously more for the people here live in chat and who are checking this out on Twitch after we are no longer live. So this coming Saturday, which is the 27th of March, there is another Doodle Crew, which is my kind of group of artists who get together and draw stuff, and a certain somebody
She's
is
like-
gonna be joining. It's so weird. It makes no sense. Yeah, so Saturday morning, we're going to do Saturday morning cartoons, and Joy is once again joining us, which I'm super excited
Yeah.
about. We got to hang out on St. Patrick's Day and make some alcoholic characters, which was super fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, this weekend, doing some Doodle Crew. So, and again, if you can't catch us live, over on my Twitch page, which is twitch.tv/ASwanNamedEmily, then I move all of those episodes over to my YouTube. So you can check them out there if you want to watch. Again, like with this, if you have comments or questions for the artist, hit us up. We are at Doodle Crew Draw across the internet. But also the wonderful promo that these guys gave me has my streamer links that has a link to the Doodle Crew stuff. So you can check us out there. So yeah, come and hang out and watch me and Joey draw. But also, yeah, if you follow me at my Twitch channel, there's a few things that happen there. I have a podcast that we record live. We also have Sketching Shakespeare, where the girl that I record the podcast with, she brings me a piece of prose from Shakespeare, and then without knowing it, she reads it to me, explains it to me, and I create a comic based on that, which is super fun. And as a person who is not a huge Shakespeare person, I was like, this is actually really dope, and I kind of love it. So that's fun. Those also all end up over on my YouTube as well. If you want to follow the podcast, that is over at twitch.tv/almostdailypod. And we are the In Addition Girls. We are the sister podcast to the ABD group. If you want to just follow me, see my art, I am at ASwanNamedEmily across the internet. Also, thank you, Nomad. Patreon.com/ASwanNamedEmily if you want to support my art, see some stuff there. Send me money so I can make more art and do more stuff. Yeah, I have a weekly Friday stream, which is tomorrow, where I kind of hang out. And if you have art questions or want to do art stuff, you can hang out with me there. So yeah, pretty much a swan named Emily all over the place.
Speaking of your Shakespeare one, I think I just jumped in on that one on the other day. Is that the one with the guy who sounds exactly like fucking John Mulaney? Like, no shit. I was like, bro, are you Andrew? I'm like, what's going on here?
That's dope. So that was our special guest. So that's Mike. So he's Future X Skeleton, who was in chat earlier.
Hey,
cool.
you sound just like
so
John
dope.
Mulaney. I love it. What's wrong with my
he
hair?
also,
There we go.
again, it's so appropriate. Him and Steph are a part of a long-running D&D campaign that's actually wrapping up. So yeah, a lot of community D&D love. So
Nice. So much D&D communication.
so much love.
All of the love.
Speaking of love, Hunter, you need to tell Nightbot to calm down.
Well, it's for people who post too many links. You get one warning.
That's one link.
You get one warning. Hey, warning. You know, it's for the people. Well, it's a good thing because I don't know if you saw in the beginning of our show, someone got in here and tried posting.
Yeah, somebody's gonna make us
things.
famous with their
No,
their
that's
money.
spam bullshit. Don't you tell me that. That's spam bullshit. But you know, with the spamness, you know, we gotta stop that. But yes, Patreon, you know, I'll still put it up there though. See, look at that. See,
Thank you.
it's okay.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
make sure you don't get banned. Don't worry. I'll take you off the ban list.
Oh, yeah, this was awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much for coming on.
You're
It was
welcome.
a lot of fun. Thank you.
I'll see you Saturday.
Yeah, you will, which is only 2 days from now, which is crazy.
Holy crap!
Boy.
I know.
Oh,
Holy
boy.
crap!
Oh, also,
Should we spoil? Should we do like a minor spoiler of what we're doing Saturday?
We should, because I think it'd be fun. Yeah. So Saturdays are our Saturday morning cartoons. So we've done a few different things, but it's all playing off of us and our growing up with cartoons that used to get up really early to watch. But this week we're doing something a little different. So we are gonna be gender bending some characters. So yeah. So again, surprise to no one, I'm probably gonna take a boy character and make him a girl character. I know, but I'm excited. We also, again,
I feel like the majority of us will be doing that, but
yeah, because girls are super fun to draw.
Yeah.
But also, bonus to all of that is we are once again going to be joined by Hebe Buffet, wonderful drag queen from Pittsburgh, and I believe she's going to be doing another makeup look, which was super fun last time.
oh,
So
cool.
yeah, it's going to be a good time. I'm very excited.
Dope. I told Joey he has to do cat dog. He has to gender bend cat dog.
It's fucking nightmare, bro. It's fucking nightmare.
Oh.
hurting my brain.
To be fair, I also said Johnny Bravo. That would be a good one.
That's probably what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Joey style,
It's
yes.
either Bravo or Samurai Jack.
Yeah,
so
that's
those
my
are the
other
two
one.
that I feel the
Ooh.
best about.
Yeah,
Just do
Johnny
both.
Bravo would be good. Yeah, you're fucking fast enough. It's not like you're not going to get them done anyways.
Yeah, jeez, come on,
Throw
Joey.
a cat dog in there for fun.
Yeah.
I need to see cat dog.
Oh man,
Get
maybe
that
I'll
furry appeal.
the
Yeah,
two
furry
angry
appeal.
beavers. Maybe I'll do
Oh, Angry Beavers?
Oh my god, Angry Beavers would be so good. Oh,
my
that's
gosh.
How do you
But hey,
even-
everybody,
even-
tune in on Saturday to see what we end up drawing.
Yeah, there's so many options. It's so good. Also, the other thing is too, just before Emily goes, we had talked about our Pokemon 5e thing we're doing, the show we're going to be doing. Emily is a part of that, so when that show finally comes out, be ready to see some of that fabulous Swan art. It's going to be beautiful. So she is a part of that. So more traction on the way for the Pokemans.
Heck yeah, all them Pokemon.
Ah, you Pokemans. Sweet. Well, I think I think it's time to loot. Swan, I think you need to go loot. Go
Yeah, go
loot.
Go get
Go
that.
loot.
Go get them magic items.
Go
If you beat everybody to the treasure pile, they're yours.
Yeah,
that's
that's
how
yours.
it works.
Yeah, that's exactly how. You cast haste and then decast haste as they're running, so they all fall
Don't.
and hit the ground.
Don't do that. That's how your character dies. That's character on character violence. I can speak
Not
from
team
experience.
building. It's not team building.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
All right. I think this is it. I think
Yeah.
it's time to say goodbye to Emily. All right, bye. Thank you for coming.
Bye.
Thanks.
Time to loot. Ah, man, what a good show, Joey. What a good show.
Well done. We did it.
Well done. Well, obviously, we have a couple of things before we go out, and
Yeah.
as always, remember, guys, please join the Discord community where you can meet and talk with other like-minded Slayers like yourself. The link should be in our Twitch description, and it should also be on our YouTube page. And also, actually, if you do a little bit of this, watch what happens. I can't spell.
You made the thing. You should know how to
I know.
spell it.
There we go. Oh my god, it's in there twice because Streamlabs is badass. But there you go, guys. That's also the link now in chat as well. You can click that son bitch, and you can join the Discord community and talk with other like-minded players like yourself, and ask us questions every week so that you can get your question answered
You sure
at the end of the show.
Be sure to leave us a follow here on Twitch. And then if you want to hop over to the Slaying Dragons in the Morning YouTube page, you can find our previous episodes there. Leave us a sub, ring the bell, like, comment the videos. All of your support definitely goes a long way. And you should be able to catch up on the library relatively quickly. It's still small. Now's the time to do it.
Yeah, definitely get all those episodes in. It's only about 12 hours of watching. But yeah, it's a lot of good stuff, all those good things. Yeah, YouTube, that's really, other than that, Joey, what is your positive message of the week?
Well, hopefully New York goes through with this, legalizes cannabis, and we see some positive change in communities that need it. And if you haven't invested yet, do it.
Do so.
Turn your life around.
Yeah, Africa's low.
Because
Jump
it's
in.
coming. Buy the dip.
Buy the dip. Buy it.
I'm not a financial advisor.
We are not financial advisors. We do not tell you how to use and spend your money. Please do not quote us on anything we say. Blah 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 blah. Do it. Anyway, all right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us and starting your morning with us. It obviously is not the morning anymore, so we have started the morning. Thank you so much for slaying dragons with us. This has been great. Emily has been great. What a good show. Thank you so much. As always. Oh, wait, sorry. I am your host, Hunter.
I've been Joey.
He's been Joey. Thank you so much for joining us for Slaying Dragons in the Morning. As always, have an adventurous day, and don't stop slaying those dragons. Thanks so much, guys.